but very excited because Marti Pellow is here. He has a new album out. We played his single just after the 2:30 news. I'm going to play another track from the album. And he's also going to be on tour and here at the London Palladium. We'll give you the dates, the box office, all the details straight after a track from his latest album called Mysterious. And this is Sunrise Never Fails.
Instead of being here all by myself, so hard for me to face reality. All that I got left right now is fantasy. Oh, if I found a wishing well, I know what I would do. If anything I wish for would come true. If I had three wishes, what I'd choose is you. You're the one for me. Maybe some would wish for millions. Maybe some would choose forever young. But I would use my wishes, everyone, to bring back the one I love. So hard for me to face reality. All that I got left right now is fantasy. Oh, if I found a wishing well, I know what I would do. If anything I wish for would come true. Or a genie in a lamp to tell me what I had to choose. If I had three wishes, what I'd choose is you. And darling, listen, I wish that I could hold you in these arms of mine. I wish that you'd forgive me, put it all behind. I wish that I was looking deep into your eyes forevermore.
Oh, I love this.
All I want is three.
So Marti Pellow became a star in the 1980s with his band Wet Wet Wet, but he has enjoyed the West End stage and also a flourishing solo career.
All I want.
He's now back on the road with his Mysterious tour kicking off next month. We played the single Sound of My Breaking Heart from the Mysterious album.
Oh, a genie in a lamp to tell me what I had to choose. If I had
And this is Three Wishes, which is also on the album. And here to talk to us about it is the man himself, Marti Pellow.
Hey.
What a beautiful sound.
Oh, thank you very much.
That is, when you came in, I was playing this full blast in the studio, and I said, who wrote this? And you said, well, you did. Have you written all the tracks on here?
Yeah, I did some writing with Ailey Willis, who wrote Boogie Wonderland for Earth, Wind and Fire in September. Probably, but people will be most familiar with the theme tune of Friends.
Yeah. Oh,
she
really?
Wrote that too.
Really?
Aye. And so that I did some writing with her. A lot of the lyrics were done by Connor Reeves, who's a singer-songwriter himself. Aye, and me and my mate Grant Mitchell, and we just wrote some songs in Los Angeles, and spent some time there, and then decided to go and record it there with a stellar cast of musicians from my wish list.
And go on, name some of them.
Well, we've got Freddie Washington on bass, who people will be familiar with his work, like Sending Me, Forget Me Nots. He plays bass on it. I've got the Tower of Power on horns. I've got Dean Parts and playing guitar. All the Quincy Jones boys,
basically.
All the
Quincy Jones boys. I mean, they're legendary. You can see, who was it that came in that said they'd moved to LA so that they could make better music? Who was it, girls? I can't remember. And we could hear it. Katie Tunstall.
Oh, Wee Katie.
And Wee Katie. I love that. But that sound is so smooth, and it's sunshine and sea.
But that's that. You can feel the sunshine and the grooves of the record, because you won't be able to get it in right.
No, exactly. On a cold February day in London.
And it's so important. It was so important to me that I recorded the album in the Ocean Way Studios on Sunset Boulevard. And I mean, I'd made records there before, but it's a special kind of place, and I brought all these musicians together, and I think you can feel the sunshine in the record.
You really can.
And
do you live there?
No, I spend a lot of time in America. I'm either writing in Memphis, because I love Memphis, I love the South, but this album I consciously recorded it in LA because I wanted to draw from that stellar cast of musicians who work out of there. People who play with Steely Dan and bring all those influences in.
And
there.
They're all hanging out round there.
And we're just eating some good food, telling some stories and playing some simple songs. And that's a good day at the office for me.
Do you know, I've never been to LA. I don't know what. I know. I've been, and I've done a lot of travelling. I've never been there. I think because I just think, gosh, there's got to be so much talent around. I just get completely swamped by everything.
Well, I think it can be a bit, it's a bit like that. Everybody's got a plan or a wish or a dream to achieve. But I find that exciting.
Inspiring.
I find that very inspiring, because I had this little loft downtown in the fashion district of Los Angeles downtown, and I was next door to me was a couple of guys who customised motorbikes. There was a painter across the road. There was a photographer. And they were all at the beginning of their career, and they spoke so passionately about their work and what they wanted to achieve in dreams. They didn't know who I was. That was just a job and songwriter to them. But it was good to tap into that energy that they had. And then I would tell them what my dreams were too. And it was a very fertile and productive time for me.
Oh, I bet. I understand that. But, you fulfilled... we were talking before you came in about people taking control of their lives and... getting up and doing it and not hanging around. But you've fulfilled so many, you have a very good solo career. I've seen you in the West End countless times. We always talk about this, backstage in Chicago. I always remember you brushing your teeth, and Kevin Kennedy. Was it Kevin Kennedy? I don't know. Someone was on.
He played Demos with me in Chicago.
And I was in his dressing room, and you came by with a toothbrush in your... And I went, is that Marti Pellow? And you went, hi, anyone want anything? I'm going out. And then I just remember thinking, oh my God. So you were in Chicago.
I've done Chicago.
Avita, were you?
I've done Avita for Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, and Chess for the ABBA Boys, and I did Broadway. I did Chicago and Broadway too.
Did Chicago
for Candor
on Broadway?
Yeah, for Candor and Ebb.
What's the difference? Is there a different vibe on Broadway to the West End?
Well, I think it's the same sort of situation. When I was meeting the dancers there, they always wanted to work in the West End and vice versa. But I do believe that they kick in higher. I do, and it's lovely. And every night, every Saturday night, you would hear all the dancers, and they would run down the stairs shouting, "It's Saturday night, and we're on Broadway."
Yes, oh gosh, can it get any better?
It doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Do you? Because just listening to that track and the strength in your voice and the beauty, you haven't destroyed your voice. Lots of people, the more they sing, they start to weaken their voice. You've strengthened it. Do you think through doing West End shows? Because there's no hiding place, is there? there. You've got to
you
be
do 8
there.
shows a week, and I think it's like it's an instrument. You look after it. You know, when in my drinking days, I would, you know, if I was, you know, drinking heavy, I'd get up the next morning and I would blame the drink.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it would be like that. You know, if I go to a club and you're shouting the next morning or whatever, you get up and think, oh, my voice is a bit tender. I must have been a prawn I ate.
Yes. but it's, you know, so you've learned, haven't you, that you have to drink water and go home to bed.
Stay quiet. You know, but
quiet.
There's a discipline in doing 8 shows a week, and I kind of get off in doing that, being able to get to the end of the transition of a contractor doing a West End show or whatever, and you haven't cancelled any shows or anything like that, and it's so liberating, and I find it great. I get off in
honestly,
that.
Marty, that is such an achievement, because in a company, bugs go round and people are called in for understudy rehearsal, so you're expected to turn up and keep rehearsing even though you've opened the show. The tax on your voice is massive, so as you say, if you can get through a long run saying I've just not had time off, it's amazing.
And I think it's just like, you know, that's my job, that's what I do, you know, and it's my form of communication. After a show, everybody, you know, the guitarist will put his guitar in his case and then he'll go on with it. You know, if I want to talk to people after, I'm still using it constantly.
Of course.
And you just get to know where you can go with it and where you can.
You're absolutely right. So you're off on tour.
Yeah.
And you're going to be at the Palladium.
Going to be at the Palladium.
Blimey, no hiding place there either.
I'm really looking forward to that. When I was growing up, me and my mum and my dad and my brother would watch the telly, and it would be Sunday night at the Palladium.
London. And you know they've redone the dressing rooms, because my celebrity friend Julian Clary's just done Panto there.
I did Panto with Julian Clary in Birmingham 2 years ago.
Did you?
What a sweetheart.
Isn't he good at it as well?
He's really good.
So he was there and he said, the whole of backstage has just been redone. So it's all been done up, because I think it was the same for years and years, you know, with Danny LaRue's signature and goodness knows what.
The first time I ever did there was for a Royal Command performance. We were lucky enough to get asked to go there, and I remember saying to my mum, I was going, you know, I'm going to be playing the Palladium. She was so made up, and next door to me was Sean Connery.
No
way.
Did you talk to him?
I did. I had to knock on the door, Mr. Connery, because I said I just have to say hello, and he was stunning. I thought he was such a presence of a man.
Oh my God.
I know.
Your mum.
I know. I say, Mum, I'm talking to 007. She said, oh, amazing. Hey, this is one of the good things of the job, Joe, that you might get to meet some of these people.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So, and you know, I so love going up to people who have inspired me and letting them know.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know, because it's important that as songwriters,
and are they always
that you hear
nice,
that.
Marty? Are they always nice? Because it must be awful if someone just goes, not now.
Well, that's their stuff. As long as I've just said, you know, that's their stuff, man. As far as I'm concerned, you know, I've got to go up, you know, and you know, like I remember the first time I met Roy Orbison, and my father was a big Roy Orbison fan, and I had to go up and shake his hand. And I was just a wee kid at the time, you know, and I'm going, excuse me, Mr. Robertson, may I just say your music? I mean, how embarrassing, but I had to do it. And he said to me, thank you very much, son. I was made up.
Gentleman. So the Palladium, let me give the details out of this, by the way, because it's one night at the Palladium, so don't leave this too late, for heaven's sake. The box office is 0844 412 4655. London Palladium box office 0844 412 4655. Do we have the date that you're on there? No. Can we check that out, guys? What date he's on at the Palladium? We can do that. Right. The album is out on the 10th of March.
That is, yeah.
10th of March. Can they download it now?
No, you can't download it until March the 10th. Okay, but you can get the single.
So you can get the single?
Well, you can get the single if you want the single. Go for the album.
Okay, so you can get the single now, which we played earlier, Sound of My Breaking Heart, but the whole album is beautiful, so I will be playing some of this tomorrow morning as well on Saturday Breakfast in my warm-up show, because it's just so mellow. It's so beautiful. Great. Beautiful. Did you say 26th of March? Yes. So 26th of March at the London Palladium. Give the box office out again, 0844 412 4655. Is that at the beginning of your tour or midway through?
It's kind of midway through or getting up the dusty the end of it, you know, and I'm looking forward to it because, you know, I want to play songs from just a couple of songs from the new album, but I want to play some of my wet songs and some of my solo work. And if you shout out loud enough and I know it, I'll give it a shot.
Good, because so often artists don't. They just want to do all the new stuff, and the fans are going, no, we want to hear something.
No. I think that you've got to always find that fine line, Joe, of entertaining and educating. And I think if it's all about the new record, people haven't lived with the songs yet or invested memories in them.
So true.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's all about bring out the big guns. You'll have Angel Eyes. You name it, I'll be singing it.
Can you put the headphones on? One of our listeners wants to talk to you. In fact, loads of emails for you. But we're going to go first of all to Fitness Julia, who's on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Julia, how's it going?
Hello. I have a lovely story. My friend and I and my husband, who wasn't my husband then, went on holiday to Greece. And on the way back, the night before, we partied really hard. I cycled into a cactus plant and took all the skin off my nose, so I had blood all over my nose. My friend sprained her ankle and had ice pack on her foot. We got off the plane. We got to the lift. The doors open. You and the band, who I adored, were in the lift. I stood there with blood on my nose, probably slightly hungover. My friend had an ice pack. My husband was just done. My husband Steve was standing behind us. And then my friend's going, get in the lift. And then slowly the doors just shut. And that was you.
One glimpse and he'd gone. No.
Hey, you know what? I've skinned my nose a few times when I've had a few sherries too, so I feel your pain.
Oh,
I still have the scar.
Julia, you're going to have to go to the Palladium.
I must. I really must. I mean, just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Oh, sweetheart.
Julia, thank you so much for calling in. Matt has said, what a joy to listen to Marti Pellow. I absolutely love the way he referred to Julian Clary as what a sweetheart. That has made my day. That is from one of our cycling couriers.
But you know what he is? And I thoroughly enjoyed his company, and what a professional, and he's so passionate about what he does, and that is. He's a class act.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
So your band, when you're on tour, how do you? Because you're not going to get all the boys from LA. How do you pick them all?
Well, you know, the band that I surround myself with in the UK are people that I've played with and have a great understanding of what I was trying to achieve with this record, and get often the musicianship of that. And that's the beauty of surrounding yourself with people who can engage in their imaginations. But that must take
organising, doesn't it? Making sure, because these are musicians playing all over the place so to have all those dates, because it's not too long a tour, but everyone's got to commit to that.
Well, that's great, you know, because you know. But the good thing about it is the players want to. Some of the players want to play. You know, for instance, like my saxophone player who's coming on, he moved some of these sessions with Martin Offler so you could come in on tour. And I really appreciate that, because that's the you know, that means they want to come and have a play, and these songs will soak that type of enthusiasm and talent up that they have.
And you, when you leave through all these stage doors, who are your fans now? Some of the originals, and then
absolutely there, you know, and be that on Broadway or doing whatever, they'll come in the support, and that's the beauty of the fan base that I do have. If it's musical theatre, they come on that wee journey with me. And you know, and as I grow as an artist, then hopefully they come on board with me and support with, and they have, and I get to talk to them about that, what show we're doing, what my next project will be.
This is Wet Wet Wet's cover, Love Is All Around, was featured on 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Aye.
It's what really helped propel you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is getting a song like that into a film soundtrack, that is the big break, do you think?
That was a huge song for us, you know. Richard Curtis, he sent us the song and told us that he would love to have it in this new movie that he had made called 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I suggested instantly that he change the title.
Did
obviously.
You?
No, I didn't, but I thought, that's a mouthful of marbles, isn't it? And I saw the movie and fell in love with it. It was what a great movie, and luckily enough, our song managed to get into the end credits of it, because they had to re-edit it or something at some festival, and the song made it to the end credits, but we aren't even in the movie.
No.
You know, some people, there's another wee couple singing the song.
But it's your song.
And, you know, and I'm sure that if Richard Curtis could have it in every one of these movies, he would.
Of course, Richard, if you're listening. What a great idea.
And
that
Bill Nye singing The Christmas Is All Around. What great. That was amazing.
We've got like Netflix and, so many television series around.
Sure.
Are the options even bigger now as we're all viewing all this drama stuff? And they all need, they all use, if you look at The Good Wife, and they use track after track after, they just place them in.
They place them in, and it's a great way, it's a great vehicle to promote and get switched on to new song, new music. Like I watched OA, and the soundtrack to that was phenomenal. Or Stranger Things, where it looks back at the 80s, some of the soundtracks from the 80s, and you flag up and you go, oh God, I remember that song, that's beautiful. I'll go back and I'll download that album or whatever, you know.
You're absolutely right. Oh, Marty, I love it when you come in. Thank
pleasure,
you
Jo.
so much. So, the single Sound of My Breaking Heart you can get now. The album, if you want to wait, is out on the 10th of March, called Mysterious. I played 2 tracks from it. It's absolutely beautiful. If you want to see Marty, 26th of Palladium, 26th of March, one night only at the Palladium here. You can find his other tour dates by going to his website. But here, 26th of March, 0844 422 4655. Marti Pellow, thank you so much.
Oh, no, pleasure.